What's going on, guys? Welcome to Design Media X. In this video, we're going to be building this awesome React admin dashboard. In here, we have various components. You know, React is all about functional components. Here, we're having our sidebar as a component. We're having the navbar. And in our home container, we're having the widgets. We have the charts and the featured items. In the sidebar, we have list items here. We have the ability to navigate through each item. And as we move around, we also have here our logo, which is Design Media X. Here we have our search input, where we can search for items we want. In our navbar here, so this is our home page. So when we click on users, it's going to take us to the users list page. So this here renders all the users that have been added. You have active users, passive users. Some of them are waiting, confirmation pending. You can also click on view, and then this is going to take us to a single page where we can have a little information about the user. Here we have our table, and the table here is coming from the material UI. So actually using the component, material UI component for this table. Here we have a graph we're using the re-charts. We have the ability to edit our information, details. We'll head on back. We can also add a new user. Here we can fill out this form. This is the form for a user. We also have a form for the product item. So when we head on to this folder and click on it, we have the ability to choose a particular image. So here I'm just going to choose this photo 7%. This is it. So when we refresh this page, it's gone. So the photo there is just the ability to preview. Now this is the product page. It's similar to our user page, but we are basically just rendering the same page here. So but we could make changes to it. You can also make changes to it. You can find the code in the description below. So I'll be uploading this to my GitHub repository. This is the dark theme. The dark theme is looking way better and awesome. So guys, if you like this tutorial, I suggest you subscribe to my channel and also like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Okay, so for our pages, for our navigation for our pages, we are actually using the React Router DOM, the latest version. So we view various pages here. You see how awesome the pages are looking. And then for our styling, we are making use of the SAS framework. It's basically CSS. So this particular project, we are using basically HTML and CSS to style our pages, and we're using Flexbox. Right, so this is an awesome project for you to add to your portfolio. So we are using the context API for the dark mode, the ability to switch between the dark and light mode. So we're using the context API, which is being regarded as the state management tool. In our upcoming project, we'll be introducing you guys to Redux. So I'm just taking you guys through the pages, through the project. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Right, so let's just go directly to the build. So in here, in our terminals, we are just going to put on this command, npx create react app, and then we are going to put a dot here and press enter. When we do that, we are basically installing in this particular directory. So this is going to take a while, probably a minute or so. You just have to wait on it. And it's done. So here we're just going to type in this code space and dot, press enter, and this is going to spin up our Visual Basic Visual Studio. So we have our Visual Studio here up and running. Here we have various files. You can just pull up the terminal by hitting Ctrl J. All right, so here I'm just going to use git bash, just X out of this, and here I'm just going to type yarn start, press enter. All right, this is just going to spin up our development server, and then if you get this icon and this page, then it means that everything went correctly and you are good to go. All right, so here there are some files here I would like to delete. All right, so here I'm just going to delete these highlighted files. They are not quite necessary. Right click, delete. You're just going to send them to the recycle bin. All right, so this is the one, this particular file, we're just going to leave it. So we're going to remove some lines of code here that are not necessary. So what I'm actually doing here, I'm hitting Control and Shift and K. So here you can delete a single line. So for our app, we're just going to call it React admin app, and then below we're still going to delete some lines. Okay, so in here in our source folder, we're just going to get rid of app.css. Just get rid of all these. We're just going to leave behind app.js and index.js. So delete this, move to recycle bin. In our app.js, we're just going to get rid of every content in the header, and then we're just going to type in here design media x, then change this to 8. Then we're just going to get rid of all these imports, save that. In here in our index.js, we're going to get rid of this, and also we're going to get rid of this import as well. We're going to get rid of this index.css, save this. Okay, so we are good to go. So right now we're just going to run this yarn start, and it is basically just going to display design media x, because that's what we typed in there in our app. So you can see it, but this thing has some margins and padding, so let's take care of that. All right, so before that, let's head on to Google Fonts. This is it. So we're just going to make use of Poppins. So you can also use Nolito. So here I'm just going to select the straight ones. So I'm not going to use the italic ones, no, just select the straight ones. So we're actually selecting the weight of our font, So in here we're just going to select link here, copy it, X out of this. So in our index.html, that's in our public folder, above the title, we're just going to paste it, save that, and then above title, we're going to reset our page. So just get rid of the margin and padding. So here we say margin 0, and then padding 0. Then let's head on back quickly to take this font family, copy it, and then we're going to paste it here. And also one more thing we're going to do here, box sizing, and that's the border box. Save that. So right now you can see that there's no more padding and margins there. All right, so here we are going to create a folder called pages, and in pages we're going to create another folder, and this is going to be login. And then in login we're going to create two files, which is going to be login.jsx, and then create another file also for styling, login.scss. So let's quickly install this SaaS framework immediately. So here we're going to say yarn add SaaS, SASS, hit enter. So this is just going to take some time. It's installing our SaaS framework, our CSS framework. You just have to wait some time to be done in a minute, and it's done. Okay, so we're good. So right now we can make use of nested styling. So in here, when you click on this extension icon, you type here React. You can actually use the one above, that's ES7 plus, but you can also use this one, ES7 React Redux. So you just have to install this snippet, and then this one is going to give you, just X out of this is going to give you the ability in our to type RAFCE in our index as a JSX. So this is more like a boilerplate, so use RAFCE, enter. So here I'm just going to say class name login. I'm using the BEM naming convention. So now we just have to import our styling, import ./login.scss, save that, and then here we're going to say login. Save this. Now we're going to create another folder, and that's going to be register. For our register folder, we're going to create two files. And then for our styling, which is going to be register.scss. So in our register.jsx, we're going to import the styling, import ./register.scss, save that. Here we're going to say class name register, and then we're going to say register. It's okay. So X out of all these. So there are many files we're going to create, so I'm just going to do that real quick. Same process. So I'm creating my home page. So use the React snippet RAFCE for your boilerplate. Make sure you import the styling. Sometimes I do forget, so make sure you import that. It's going to be home page. Save this, X out of it, X out of this. Create another folder here, and then this one is basically going to be our customers or users page. Okay, let's just go with it, customers.scss, and then here we're going to say customers, capital C for our component.jsx, The JSX extension helps us to manage our HTML in JavaScript page, because this is purely JavaScript, but we're able to write HTML syntax in it. And you can do that basically by saying JSX, using the JSX extension. It also gives us the ability to be faster. Otherwise, we won't be able to do dot. Use the class to bring out the classes immediately. Single page. The single page is basically the page for rendering the details for our customer. So import ./single.scss, and then here class name single, and say single page. Save this, X out of it. All right, so here we have our new page. All right, so we're just basically going to create RFCE, create our boilerplate, import our new.scss, and here this is going to be class name new, and here I'm just going to say new page. Save this, X out of it. All right, so here in our pages also we're going to create the product page. So you know the drill, product.scss, and here we say product.jsx, and here we're going to say RFCE. So here we're going to import our styling. All right, so here the next thing we want to do is let's quickly to navigate through these pages. We're going to head on to React Router DOM. So we are using the latest version. So we're just basically going to use this, but let me head on to examples. It's not in here. So in our tutorials here, make sure you do install it. So here we can highlight this import. What we're basically doing here is we are passing it as a prop. We are creating our router and passing it as a prop. So here quickly we're just going to split these terminals, and then here we're going to do yarn add, no, not yarn add React Router DOM, enter. So this is going to take a little while to install. The React Router DOM enables us to navigate through our pages very easily. So here in our index, just get rid of here we're just going to import this, copy this. So above the function, here above, we're just going to paste it here, our import, go back to React Router DOM. Now this function here, create router. So here this enables us, let's create browser router. So that one hit there enables us to create our router, and then we're using the router provider and we're passing the router as a prop. So just get rid of this, and our elements here, this is where you render your page. So this is going to be our home page. Oh, it's not coming, so let's quickly type that here, import home from dot slash something wrong, dot slash pages, and then we navigate to home, and then this is home. All right, so this is how we render our home page. This is how you're going to render your pages. So quickly in our home, let's just change this up from React, from router DOM. So here you can see it's coming from router. So whatever changes you make here is going to be displayed. So we're going to have multiple objects here. So this is more like an array of objects. Our create browser router. So here we're going to render all our pages. So first and foremost, for the path, you're going to pass to our endpoint, and then for the element here, we are just basically going to render our component. That's our pages. So all our pages is going to be on the element, and the path there, whatever I type in there is what's going to be the URI. Just get rid of the router, we don't need that. So for this is products, and then here you're just going to have products. Make sure you import that, and then for the endpoint here, you're just going to say let's say products, and when you put a column here, it means that this page is going to be dynamic. Products ID, that's as a params. So it means that we can actually have products 1 2 3 or products product ID /new. So here for the customers, also do the same thing, ID / and here we're just going to say single. So when we visit customers, and a random number is going to take us to our customers single page as detail page. So actually importing single because it's not coming. So you get the idea on how we are doing this. Whatever you type in here. So here, let's just say the dump products. So this is going to be products ID. Here, just going to have single. So this is for viewing the product, single product. Just copy this down. And then here we can say here customers, and then here is going to be customers ID and then new. So this page here, when we go to this page, it enables us to log in to build autofilling for the new page. So here I can just navigate through the pages real quick. So this is our customers page. Here we have a single page. This gives us an error because we haven't done that. So quickly we just copy this and then copy it twice below. So here we're going to have /login, and then this is going to be login component, that is login page. And then here we're just going to have register, and then here is going to be register page. So now when we navigate to login, we have login, this is register, and then this is register. So all our pages are working. We're able to navigate through our pages that we built using React router DOM. So let's just test all the pages real quick. This is our home page. All right, so we can just X out of this. Now we are going to create a folder where we're going to have our components. So here we're going to type components. S. It's gonna be, is there S? All right, let me just add in here S. Components. So our component is basically where we're going to have let me just take these images here real quick because I'm going to be needing them. Our components is for every page. We're going to split it into pieces. These are our products, our logos and images that we're going to be using. So our components, basically, we are able to split a page into different parts, and this helps us to maintain our pages, maintain our websites, because if we need to make a change, we know exactly where we are looking at. Okay, so here let's quickly build up our sidebar, and then after which we're going to go to our navbar, then our home page. So real quick, our sidebar, this is our sidebar, right? So then we are going to render that in our home page. So we're going to build the sidebar component. So here we're going to create a folder, and then this folder is going to be sidebar. Okay, let's just say navbar first, and in navbar this is going to be navbar.jsx, and then rfce, and also we're going to create another file, navbar.scss. So here we're going to say class name navbar, and then we're going to import our styling real quick, navbar.scss. All right, so here we create another folder, and this is going to be sidebar, and then inside two files we're going to have sidebar.jsx and then sidebar.scss. Okay, so here we do our RAFCE for our React snippet. Import your styling, import /sidebar.scss, and then here we're going to say class name sidebar, and then here we just say sidebar, and in our navbar here we just say navbar. Okay, so save this. All right, so let's take care of this. So in our home page here, we are going to render first our sidebar component. Make sure you import that. If it's coming, click on it, import it. Okay, this is the sidebar, and then okay, so now in our sidebar, let's get rid of this. Here we are going to have, we're going to say here, let's quickly, because we need our icon, so quickly go to mui.com as material UI. So let's just install this for these icons. So here we're going to install this emotion styled, that's this first one. Copy this, make sure you copy this. Then after which we're going to install the icons material, that's this one. So we're installing two. So copy this here. So here just close all these, make it look good. Okay, so here I'm just going to stop this server, Control C stops it, and I'm installing the first one. So when this is done, we're going to install the other one, which is icons material. So I'm going to copy this, and then we're going to paste it here and install this. And then when this is done, we can now use our icons. So it will be done in about a minute or so. So it's done. So here we're going to create two divs, and then we're going to have a div with the class of top and then bottom. So here we just write top, and here bottom. Okay, so quickly we'll go to our home.jsx, and then below the sidebar we're just going to create another div, and then in here we're going to render our navbar. So you have navbar, and then make sure you import this. Okay, so you could see it, the top and bottom and the navbar. So for the sidebar, so here in the home.scss, you're just going to do display flex, see it, and then below the display flex, we're going to say the home container. So for the home container, we're going to use flex 6. So let's just put in here a color to view it. Nope, no, this is going to be background color. So you could see the width, 6 units. So quickly go to our sidebar, and then here we're going to say div, the class of sidebar, and then here we're going to say flex 1, and then we're going to say background color of let's say yellow. Okay, so now if we take a look at the original build, it's like the width is bigger for the sidebar, so let's increase this. So here we'll just make it 1.3. I think it's okay right now. All right, so let's start styling our sidebar. So for the top, we're going to have logo, span with the class of logo, and then we're going to say design media X as it's at the top. So here we are going to get rid of this, and then top, and then we're going to do display flex. We're going to do a height of 50 pixels. Okay, and then here we're going to say align item center, justify content center. It's in the middle right now. And then for logo, you can do a font size of 20 pixels. All right, this is good. And here they just do a background color of white smoke. And then say a mean height of 100 VH. So that's just going to take the full height. And then here we just do a border right of 0.5 pixels, solid light gray. Okay, so let's continue. We're going to get rid of this, and then let's go back to our logo. We're going to do a font weight of bold. Let's do color first. So color here is going to be 210876, just purple color. And then we're going to do font weight, and then this is going to be bold. Okay, so we're pretty much done with the logo. So let's take care of the bottom. So in our sidebar bottom, here we are just going to put a horizontal line. So say HR. So it's for us to get the horizontal line. And then in bottom, we are just going to create a UL. And then first we're going to say title. So we're going to use a p tag, the class of title, and this is going to be main. So this is more like our title. Then we're going to create list item where we're going to have our logo and then the span. So here we're going to have dashboard. This is supposed to come from Material UI, so it's not coming. So let's quickly head over to Material UI website. So here we'll go to Material Icons. Let's look for it. Icons, Material Icons. So click on Material Icons and then type in here dashboard. So choose this, copy this. All right, so we're going to import that at the top, and then we're just going to copy the dashboard icon, and then we are going to pass it here like this. So this is going to, our icon is going to pop out right now. There we go. Okay, so below this, the class name here, I'm just going to put a class name of let's say icon. So here we're going to have a span, and then this is going to be dashboard. Okay, so when we head over to our sidebar.scss, below the logo, here we're going to have bottom, and then we're going to say padding left of 10 pixels. 10 pixels, and then we're going to have style our UL. So basically going to reset it, list style none. We're going to do margin 0, and then we're going to do padding 0. Okay, so and then here we're going to do the class of title. We're going to style our title. We're going to say font size of 14 pixels. 14 pixels. We're going to do font weight of bold. All right, and then we're going to say color. I'm going to have 616161, and then we're going to say margin top of 15 pixels, and then margin bottom of 5 pixels. All right, so the next thing is to style our li. So for the li, we're going to do display flex. That's this li here. So we're going to do display flex, align item center, and then we're going to do a padding of 5 pixels. And then lastly, we're going to here for icons, we're going to do a font size of 22 pixels, and then color is going to be 210876. 210876. So that's that purplish color. Okay, and then here below we're going to say span. That's for the text. I'm going to do a font size of 13 pixels, and then we're going to do a font weight of 700. Font weight 700, and then color is going to be that 616161, and then I'm going to do a margin left of 10 pixels. So let's check it out. It's looking good. All right, so we are going to replicate this for others. For the others, okay, so in our sidebar.jsx, we're just going to copy this down. Oops, there's a mistake somewhere. Could copy with the p tag. So so have it this way. So I'll be making the changes as this. So I'll be making all these changes, and then for this we're going to have let's get rid of this. We're going to change it to person. It's not coming. Let's head back to Material UI. Let's actually refresh this page, material icons. So here we're just going to type in person. Take this. No, we need the outline. So actually need that for outline, not the filled one. So here I'm going to paste this. Let's get rid of this. Just click on outlined and search for person, and then take this one, copy this. This is what we need. Close this, and then we're going to paste it here, and then we're going to copy this icon. This is the icon we want, and I'm going to paste it here and then save. So we're basically going to be doing this for the rest of them. Right, so so this is it. Yeah, so let's get rid of this. There's a mistake here. Let's go back, and then we just say users. So for users, under the users, let's copy this one more time. We're going to go for, as for outlined, and then here we're going to search for local grocery store. So we're going to pick this one, copy this, paste it here, then copy this, then paste it over here, then save. And then here we're going to have products. So this is it. So this is what we're basically going to do. So I'm just going to take care of all these and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've taken care of all of them. I don't want to waste much time in this. So here we just have the main. In the main we have dashboard, we have our users, we have our products and order. So take a look at it. We're done with this. So we have our stats, notifications, system health, settings. So this is for the user interface, the profile, calendar, helper, and then lastly we have logout. And then these are all our icons imported from Material UI. So this is it. This is looking good. So next up, we're going to be dealing with this nav bar. So here, let's just add on here below cursor pointer. Okay. And there's one more thing. We want it to hover on hover. On hover, we're going to do a background color of this. That's looking nice now. This is looking good. All right, so let's X out of the sidebar. Let's move out from the home. So I want to take care of our nav bar right now. So I want to take care of our search item, search component, and then the list items here. So in our navbar, we're going to have a class of navbar container, and then in here we're going to say a div with a class name of search, and then items. So So here we're going to have search, and then here we're going to have items. All right, so this is it. Okay, so in navbar.css, we're going to say here, let's say a height of 50 pixels. Let's say display flex. Let's do color first. Color is gray, and then let's just change this to blue. All right, so it's going to be background color. And then this is going to be gray. So this is it. So change this, and then here we do display flex, and then we're going to do align item center, and then we're going to have a font size of 14 pixels, and then color of hash 3333, and then let's change this color to white smoke. That's going to be our background color. Okay, so we're going to do border bottom of 1 pixel solid light gray. Okay, so this is looking okay right now. All right, so for our navbar container, I'm going to do a display flex to see the items now, and now horizontally we're going to do a width of 100%, and then we're going to do align item center, justify content, space between, and see them spread around because of justify content space between. So it's going to place them at both ends. All right, so we're going to do here padding of 20 pixels. As this, you see padding around it of 20 pixels. Okay, so in our navbar.jsx, here we're going to have an input with a type of text, and get rid of the ID and the name, and here we're going to have placeholder of search. This is it, and then below this, let's get the search icon from Material UI. So here just type in search. Let's pick this one, copy this, and then we're going to place it right here. It's going to be around here somewhere. So here I'm going to paste this, and then paste this over here. Oops, there's a mistake here. Get rid of this. So here, okay, so that's the icon there. All right, so in our navbar container, below the navbar container, we're going to do a display flex, and then let's say a width of 30%. Okay, let's do here align item center. Let's do a padding of 3 pixels. All right, let's do here border 0.5 pixels. Yes, border, let's say border 0.5 pixels solid light gray. Save this, and then for our input, so width of 100%. So you can see it's input with 100% width, and then you say border none. So the border is out, and then we're going to do an outline of none. So now if you click on it, see the outline there. So if you save this, click on it, you don't see it again, so you get rid of that. And then let's take care of background color. It's going to be transparent so that it matches up with the background color. Save this. This is good. And then for our placeholder, let's shrink it a little bit. So this is how you style the placeholder. I'm just going to say a font size of 12 pixels. Let's do padding right first of 10 pixels. Let's change this to left. Okay, this is good. And then here, let's make it 5. It's too much. Okay, so I think it matches up with the original version. So here, let's just quickly do a font size of 12 pixels. Save this. All right. All right. So let's take care of the items now. So for the items, so here we're gonna have deal with the class of item. So in here, we're gonna render another icon. So let's search here, language outline. Copy this. Let's paste it here, and then copy the icon, and then let's apply the icon here. And then this is going to be a class of icon. All right, and then below this we're going to say English. Let's put it in a span quickly. So English. Save this. So this is it. Okay, so below this we're going to have another item, and then here we're going to use our switch. So this is going to come from Material UI. So here we'll go to components, search for components, switch. So you can use any one you want here. So just going to go for the basic one. Let's just copy this, or any one of these you can copy. So let's copy this and then paste it here. So let's get rid of this. Okay, we have to import this. It's not coming when we press Ctrl and spacebar. So let's go to here, click on this web, copy this. So this is the import, and then we're going to paste it at the top here. Save, and it's good. So we'll check on it. This is it. So it's okay. So let's get rid of this default check. Let's just put here a class name of icon. You can basically get rid of the default check, but I think we'll leave it like that. Let's just get rid of it, and then we're just going to apply a style in here, and then do color. It's going to be our 210876. So we'll change that color to our primary color. Okay, so below this, here we're just going to have an item, and let's go for full screen. So this here, just type full screen. So we're going to choose this one, copy this, and then same routine, you're just going to paste it here, get the icon and then render it below. And then here we're going to do a class name of icon. Save. That's this one here. Okay, so we're just basically going to do the rest. So this is it. These are the rest of the items there, and these are the imports from Material UI. You know the drill. Okay, so let's style this right now. So here below in our navbar.scss, so we just want to place it this, make it look good. So here let's go below the search. So we're going to have items. So here we're going to do display flex. You see they are all placed horizontally now. Okay, and then we're going to do align item center, and then we're going to do margin left of 20 pixels. Right, so now for items, individual item, we're going to do display flex, then align item center. So you can see it's placed correctly right now. Okay, so here we're going to do here margin right of 20 pixels. Okay, and then for our icon, so we're going to do here a font size of 25 pixels and then a cursor pointer. So they're all coming together now. Okay, so now for the counter, here, that's this here. That's for the counter. We have the class name here of counter. We want to position it this way, right? So in our SCSS for the counter, we're going to do position absolute, and then here we're going to have a width of 15 pixels and then a height of 15 pixels, and then we're going to have a background color of red so you can see it. So let's quickly position this relative. So this is the parent div, so this is going to be position relative. Save that, and then here we're going to do a border radius of 50 pixels. 50 pixels, this is good. We're going to do a color white for the text, and then we're going to do here align items display flex, align item center. We're going to do justify content center, and then here we're going to have a font size of 10 pixels. All right, so here we're going to have a font weight of bold. Check this out, it's okay. So now let's position it at the top. It's going to be -5 pixels. Check that, you can see it. And then right is going to be -5 pixels also. So we've been able to position this. All right, so the next thing is we want to add on to it this avatar, this picture here. All right, so below this item we're going to have another item here, and then here I'm going to go for source. Our source is going to be assets and person.jpg. That's from here. Just going to use this person here, this one over here. get this in order. So here I'm going to have a class name of let's say avatar or profile image. Let's use profile image. So now let's put this image together. So below the counter here we're going to have it's below this we're going to have dot profile image img. So this is going to be a width of 30 pixels and a height of 30 pixels. So let's check it out to see the image is now controlled. We're able to control the image. We'll do a border radius of 50 pixels. This is the image. So let's do object fit cover so that the image will not stretch. Let's do a border 1 pixel solid red. Just want it to be a little bit sharper. And then let's say cursor pointer. This is it. So this is nice. So the navbar is very okay right now. So next up we're going to take care of our widgets. So this is good. So let's this is okay. So here we can just say span. Let's take care of the, because it's too boxed up together, let's say padding here of let's do 5 pixels. Okay, but it's affecting this. So let's say padding right. Okay, it's looking good. It's not all that so good, so let's just take it up. I think it's okay. I think we are good. And just add it one more time. Padding left 5 pixels. Alright, so the navbar it's okay. So let's just X out of all these. Okay, so we're going to create a widget component here. So as here, we want to take care of these widgets here. There are 4 of them to see. So in components, I'm going to create a folder and it's going to be widgets. And then inside here, I'm going to create 2 files, which is widget.scss and then widgets.jsx. And then I'm going to import my boilerplate rafce and then import my widget.scss. So here we're going to say widgets and then let's just type in here, let's just say widgets. Alright, so in our pages, go to the home. We're going to render this below the navbar. So here we're going to have a div with a class of widgets and then we're going to render the widget component here. Save this. So let's check it out. So we have it here, widget. So let's now style the widget. So here we're going to have a div, the class of left and also right. Okay, so in here in our home we're going to do a background color of white smoke and then color of 616161. So just want to match up the color. All right, so here we're going to do for widgets as this widgets here, and then we're going to do a display flex and then flex. We'll do a gap of 20 pixels. So this is it here. All right, so here we're going to have div, the class of left, and then this one is going to be right. So these are items in the widgets. We're going to have left and right items. Okay, so In our widgets, we're going to do a display flex, and then we're going to do flex one unit. You can see it here. We're going to do justify content space between. See it here, by just one. We're going to do here a padding of 10 pixels. So let's go to our widgets, our home, and then make this one 4 of them and save. So you can see it here right now. So we have our box, left, right, left, right, left, right. So this is it here. So here we're going to use box shadow. So here we're going to say 2 pixels, 4 pixels, 10 pixels, 1 pixels, and then we're going to do RGBA, and then here it's going to be 000 0.47. Save this. Also box shadow, and this is going to be 2 pixels, 4 pixels, RGBA, and then this is 201, 201, 201, 0.47 also. Save this. There's an error somewhere. All right, we'll come back to that. So we're going to have a height of 100 pixels, border radius of, okay, it's coming together. It's not showing yet. All right, let's do for left. So for left and right, we're going to do display flex direction column, and then justify content space between. Let's do justify content space between. All right, so here on our left, we're going to have a div with a class of title, and then this is going to be customers. It's going to be a span, not a div. And then we're also going to have a span, class name of counter, and then just say 768. Right, and then third, we're going to have link, and it's going to be C details. So this we're going to change in a while. And then for the right, let's check this. Okay, so for the rights, we're going to have a div with the class of percent. So let's quickly come in here and get the icon, keyboard up or down. So let's choose this one for up. So let's paste it here. Save this, copy this. And then we're going to paste it here and save. And that's the arrow up there. And then we're going to write here 30%. All right, so this, let's say 45%. 45%. All right, so below this, we're going to have a person's outline icon. So let's go for person. Just copy this one, and then let's import this. Copy this icon. I'm going to paste it here below. Save this, and then this is going to have a class name of let's just say icon. Okay, okay, so for our styling, go for title, and then this is going to be a font size. You have font size of 14 pixels, and then color is going to be 616161. Right, so for our customer, here we're going to say counter and then font size of 28 pixels, and then we're going to do a font weight of 300. Save this. Okay, and then for the link, we're going to do a width of max content, and then font size of 12 pixels, and then border bottom 1 pixel solid gray. Alright, so let's use the other one. I think this is better. Okay, let's just put X here as for 4 pixels. That was the error we have. So we're having our box is in order right now. So below this, we're going to have a percentage diff, and we're going to do this display flex. As for this one here, I'm going to do align item center, and then font size of 14 pixels. Right, so this is okay. So this here, we're just going to bring it down. So that's our error there. So just take that one down. So let's quickly style up the icon. So here, let's say cursor pointer here. All right, so for our icon, we're going to do font size of 18 pixels, and then padding 5 pixels, border radius. Let's do here align cell for flex end. That's it. Here it goes to the end of it, and then here let's do cursor pointer as this. All right, so right now we want to here we're going to pass in some props here because we want to change this. We don't want it to look the same. We want it to have different colors, and then total earning other customers because we're only having customers here. So to do that, we're going to pass in a prop here in order to change the values. So here we're going to have customers, and then here we're going to pass in as a prop order, and here we're going to have earnings, and then here we're going to have balance. So this props here changes it's going to help us to change the item. So here we're going to structure that and get in our props, our property. So here just say let data. So we're using a switch case, and then this is going to be a type here. I'm going to pass in type here. So first is going to be a case. First case is going to be customer, and if it's customer, we're going to say data. Our data is going to be let's just quickly do this default and then break. So here we're going to say title. Our title is going to be customers, capital letter, customers. Is it going to be money? No, so it's going to be false. For the link, we're going to say see details, and then for the icon, we're going to pass in here a material UI icon of person and person outline icon, and have a class name of icon. So save that. So we're going to do the same thing here. Copy this 3 more times. So So for order, I'm going to pass in here order. So here we're going to have orders in capital letter. Is it money? False. And then the link is going to be view order. And then for icon, we're going to be using the shopping cart outline icon. So select this, copy this, we're going to import it there, and then render our icon here below. Save this. So next is going to be earnings. It's going to be earning, and then here we're going to have let's say total, let's say total earnings, and then is it money? It's going to be true, and then we're going to have view net earning, and then for our icon, here we're going to have monetization outline icon from material UI. Just select this. So it's the same process that we're going through. Paste that in here, and then here. Okay, so we're doing good, we're doing well here. And lastly, we're going to have balance. So for our balance, yeah, we're going to say my balance, is it money? It's true. The link is here, is going to be withdraw money. And then for our icon, we're going to use from material UI account balance wallet. So we're going to account balance wallet. This is not it. Okay, let's choose this one, and then here we're going to import it, copy it, and then paste it. And of course our class name is going to be icon. So here they're just adding some constant values, temporary values. So we're going to say const amount, and then let's just say 500, and then difference is going to be 30. All right, so next up is let's get this one, pass them here. So this is going to be data.title. So you can see it, everything has changed. And then here is going to be data dot is money. So if data is money, we're going to render this $sign, and then amount. So if it's money, you can see the $sign there if it's money, but these ones we don't have $signs there because they are not money, they are not currency. And then for C details, I just say data dot link. All right, so here we're just going to say diff and then percent. You see 30%. So we're basically done here. We just want to just get rid of that, and then here we're going to say data.icon. You can see each individual icon. So let's try as much as possible to change the icon colors. As the text, these icons here, I'm going to give it different colors. So here we're going to use an in styling, and so say style, and then this is going to be background color. Let's say color first of crimson, and then you see it's reddish, and then background color This is going to be FF000033. Okay, hash FF. Let's say FF00033. Okay, we have to add in here a comma. So we have it this way, and then let's just copy this and paste them below. So paste it here. So make the change. This one here is going to be goldenrod, and then for the background color we're going to have DAA 52033. So this yellowish color, and then let's paste it here on earnings, and then for the color it's going to be green, and then for the background color we're going to have it's purple. To make it purple, this is going to be green, and then the background color here we're going to change that to 008 00033 as this greenish color. And for our balance, this is going to be purple, and this is going to be 80008033. So this is looking nice. All right, so we are through with the widgets. So what we are basically doing is passing the props, and then we're taking in these props here, and then we're using these constant values. So we're just having our data. So for each case we're having a data which is an object, and we're able to change the style of the items to look differently. So here we just want to have different colors for our arrows. So for the negative it's going to be red. So if it's positive it's going to be green, if it's negative it's going to be red. So here in our percentage we're going to pass here negative. So this is going to render red. So if you put positive here, you're going to have green all through. So for this case, it's going to be positive because the arrow is upward. So we're basically done with the widgets. So if we go to our completed build, let's face the cart and the featured. So in our component, we are going to create a folder here, and this is going to be cart. In here, we're going to create two files, and then we're going to have cart.jsx and then cart.scss. So here we're going to do refce and then import our styling real quick. And here we're going to have a class name of cart, and let's just say cart here. And then we're going to create another folder, and this is going to be featured. So for the featured, we're going to create two files, featured.scss and featured.jsx. And we're going to use the React snippet refce, and then import our style in here. And here we're going to have a class name of featured, and then we're going to say featured here. Alright, so in our home components below the widget, we're going to create below here I'm going to create a div which is going to be charts, and we're going to have featured and carts. So make sure you import this component, hold down Control and space bar, import it. There's a problem somewhere. Okay, I think it's coming from our cart.jsx. Alright, so let's quickly head on to carts. So we have the import here below, so let's get rid of this and then save, and we are good. So let's X out of this. So we have them here featured and the charts. So in here I'm going to say for charts, we're going to say padding here of 5 pixels top and bottom, 20 pixels left and right. Right, so in featured.scss, so here we're going to have featured. So we're going to have here flex 2, and then for our, let's just copy this box shadow, and then here we're going to paste it down here. And in our chart, we are going to have here a flex of, let's say, 4 units, and then we're going to paste that box shadow also. So this is it. So I'm going to style this using flex box. All right, so all right, so in our featured, just get rid of this. We're going to have div with the class name of top, and then also for bottom. So this is going to be here we're going to have a h1 with the class name of title, and here we're going to say total revenue. Right, so below here we're going to use material UI more icon, more vertical. So just going to type here more, click this, copy this, and then we're going to render the icon below. So when we copy this, we just come down here and then render our icon here. All right, so gonna have here just the font size of small. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so let's style this. So in our featured, we're going to have a div here with the class name of top, and we're going to say display flex. This is it. And we're going to say align items center. Let's quickly go to our home.scss to do display flex here. We bring them side by side. Okay, we're good. X out of this. So here we're going to do align items center, and then we're going to do justify content. It's going to be space between. It's already taking shape, and then we're going to say color of 616161. All right, so let's bring down the title a little bit. So here we're going to have a div with the class name of title, and then here we're going to say font size of 16 pixels, and then we're going to have a font weight. Font weight here is going to be 500. Save this. So this is looking good. To see the original build. Okay, so let's take care of we have to install in our bottom. We have to install a library which is going to be React circular progress bar. So but before we do that, let's take care of some things here, guys. You just have to pay attention. It's going to be a little bit tricky. There is a video, there is a website. I found this. Actually, you could use material UI icon for this, but this helped also. So I was able to get this from this site. So it's the same thing with the material UI component. So here I'm just going to import this, and then there are various circular progress bar here. So I'm just going to copy this. This is the one I actually need. There are various ones here, and in here I'm just going to paste it, right? And then for the changing progress bar, I'm going to create a new folder here. That's this. You actually need this one also, so just come in here, create a new file. It's going to be changing progress progress. It's going to be changing progress provider. As this one here, this is housing our circular progress bar. So we're just going to go to the website once more. I'm going to open this changing progress provider. I'm going to copy this, copy the whole of this, and then we are going to paste it here, and then save, copy it, paste, and then save this. Okay, so this is the provider which wraps around our component, which is the circular progress bar. This one enables it to rotate at a given value. So there's an error, it's giving me an error here. Alright, that's because I didn't import. Let's go back here. Let's import this. So let's copy this. Let's copy the whole of this. So we have a dist folder there that has our style. So let's copy this, and then we're going to import it on top. Save. Still getting an error. We don't need this function. Let's X out of it. All right. We have to do something to the changing progress provider that we created. First, let's install it. We haven't installed it yet, so we're going to do yarn add React circular progress bar. It's going to take some time. All right, so okay, we need to import this. So here, let's go back to the website. Let's import React from React. So let's just put that above, save, and we are good. All right, so it's ready. So if we go and take a look at our page, our home page, look at it, it's way big. All right, so we're going to reduce this. First, let's add in some more values here. So you just want it to be 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So we want it here a difference of 10, not a difference of 20. Okay, this is it. It's responding. All right, so there's some tweaking we need to do. So here we're just going to add a trail color. Just want to change it a little bit. So let's change the duration, the speed. Let's make it 0.95, a little bit slower. All right, this is it. Okay, so how about the trailing color, the path color, and the text color? So let's change that. So for the trail color, I'm going to make this 82CA9D. For the path color, we're going to make it 210876. That's our primary color. And then for the Oops, there's a mistake here. It's going to be 210876. This is looking way better. And for the text color, let's change that to 210876. That's our primary color. Let's copy that and paste it here. Put the hash in front and save. Okay, this is nice. So what we need to do next is to bring it down a little bit. So to do that, let's just come in here first, and then let's add here a p tag with the class name of title, and then here it's not coming. P tag, class name, this is going to be title, and then here we're going to say total sales made today. Right, so here we're going to do here, let's style this bottom, and then here we're going to say a padding here of 20 pixels, and let's do display flex as usual. Flex direction column, align items center, and then do a gap here of let's say gap of 10 pixels. Let's X out of this. There's a gap of 15 pixels. Say gap 15 pixels. All right, and for featured chart, that is here as feature chart, let's try and bring it down the width of this cycle as a circular progress bar. So here we're going to do a width of 150 pixels and then a height of 150 pixels. Okay, it's now small. We're able to control it using the flex box. This is looking nice. So for our title, I'm going to say font weight of 500, and then we're going to change the color to the light hash 616161. Okay, this is it. All right, so here let's add on to it. We're going to say here p tag also with the class name of amount. Let's do description first. Okay, amount. So for the amount, it's going to be 2042.5k, and then below this, let's add another p tag, the class name of description, and then this is going to be previous transactions. As this here below. Okay, let's style this real quick. So here we're going to do amount. I'm going to be font size of 30 pixels, and then for the description, I'm going to do a font weight of 300. Description font weight 300, and then I'm going to do a font size of 12 pixels. Let's check it out a little bit. This is it. Previous transaction is looking good. All right, so all right, here let's say this 50k. All right, so we're going to do here a color of 616161, and then we'll do text align center. Okay, in our featured.jsx, let's go to taking shape. Let's fix this. So go to our featured.jsx. So below this, as below the last p tag, we're going to use I'm going to say div with the class name of summary, and then inside this we're going to have a div with the class name of item. Then in here we're going to have a div with the class name of item title, div with the class name of item title, and here we're going to say target. Right, so also we're going to have another div in the same level. So this is going to be a div with the class name of item results, and then here we're going to have an icon, and this is going to be keyboard down icon. Let's go to our material UI, keyboard down as the down arrow. Looking for down arrow. Copy this. Now the drill. Just make it feel. We can still go for the outlines. Same thing. Copy this. So just import it. It's already there. Copy. And I'm going to paste it here. And then this is going to have, let's reduce it a little bit. And then let's say here, font size of small. Font size small. Okay, so below this, we're going to have another div with the class name of result amount. And then here, we're just going to say $12.4K. Save this. Okay, so we're going to style this. So in our CSS, SCSS, so let's style this. You can actually duplicate these 2 more times, but let's style it first. So below the description, there's the Dix styling. We're going to have summary, and then we're going to do a width of 100%. I'm going to use flexbox, display flex, align item center, justify content, space between. This is it. Yeah, we're going to do justify content, space between. Save that. All right, so below you're going to have items, and then we're going to do text align center. Okay, it's looking better. And then we're going to have here item title, and then we're going to do a font size of 14 pixels, and then we're going to have a color of 616161. Let's check this out and see. Nice, it's looking good. And then here we're going to have item results. So we're going to do here display flags, align items. Let's check it out. Okay, align item center, and let's do a margin top of 10 pixels. Let's check it. Right. Here let's do a font size of 14 pixels. All right, so okay, it's looking good. All right, so now we want to change the color, so let's duplicate these 2 more times as this item 1 2. Save it. Let's check it out. Okay, this is good. All right, so let's change this. I want to make it have different colors, as the green, the red. So here, let's just change this to last week, and then here is going to be last month. And then I'm going to change these figures here to make it look different. Remember, this is the UI, all right? So everything we're doing here is going to be hard coded. Now let's take care of the color. So back here, take care of these colors. So in our styling, in the result, item result. So for positive, we're going to say color is going to be green. And then for negative, item result negative, it's going to be red. So we're going to add on to it in the result item these two classes. So here, just going to add, and first one is going to be red. Add here, let's add it in the results. It's going to be negative, that's going to be red. So this is going to be positive, and then here is going to have negative. So let's check this out real quick. All right, so we're done with this section, which is the featured section. All right, so let's head on to our the graph. So just deal with this cut right now. So let's go to Reactjs. Go to Reactjs. So this is going to let us so we're going to use this the bar chart here. So here you can use different graphs here. There's the line, there's the area, there's the bar chart. We're going to use this actually. So let's just copy this. You can actually do some tweaking here. So just remove this and then paste that in here. And here we are going to need data above. So we're going to go to examples. Let's go to examples. As for the bar chart, this is for the line. So let's click on bar chart, simple bar chart. Let's copy this data. Let's copy this. Let's do the import first. Let's import this. So we're going to paste that here. All right, so let's copy the data. Copy this. We're just going to leave it as is, so we're not going to make any changes here. So above the cat, I'm going to paste it here. Save. So this way we're getting our hard-coded value. So let's quickly install Reactjs. So we're going to do yarn add Reactjs. All right, so while this is installing, I'm just going to take some time. And it's done. So here, let's quickly go back to our browser and view how it looks like. So click on bar chart. So we're going to need this one. So copy this. And then in here, we're going to replace it with this one here. Save this. So let's view ours. Okay, this is ours. And then this is the completed build. This is ours. All right, so it's looking close. All right, so there's not much we can do here. Sometimes this value do change, so we can basically change the aspect ratio here. So just go for 2 and 1, and it's okay. We're good. So let's style up the heading. So in here, we're going to have here, we're going to say last 6 months, and then revenue. So this is going to be for the revenue, the chart for the revenue for the last 6 months. Save this. Let's view this. That's this here. So let's style this. So we're going to our chart, and then in here we're going to say the class of, let's do here color here first. So color is going to be 616161, and then here we're going to have title, and then we're going to say margin bottom 20 pixels. Okay. All right, so and then below we're going to have a class of chart. Let's see, it's looking somewhat closer. This is the completed one, this is the one we're working on, this is the completed one. Not much difference. All right, so I think it's okay for now. So inside bar there's a mistake here, so let me change this. This is supposed to be border right. I guess you guys have seen it earlier. All right, so right now we have this line here. Okay, I did border radius instead of border right, so it was a mistake on my part. Okay, all right, it's looking close. So let's X out of these. X out of these. So right now we're going to work on the table below. So we're going to create a new file, and this is going to be list. And in here, I'm going to create 2 files, list.scss and then list.jsx. So here, rafce, it's not coming, rafce, tab. Okay, so import our styling, import, and then here we have a class name of lists. Here is going to be list, and here list. Okay, so we're ready. Okay, now in home, we're going to add in here list container tab, and then in here we're going to say latest, let's say list title, latest transactions, and then below here we're going to render our list component. So make sure you import that. So this is what we want to basically do right now, this table, and this is going to come from material UI. So this is going to be below. Okay, so this is ours. So you can see here latest transaction. So in home.scss here, basically we're going to say list container, and then we need that box shadow, the shadow. So we're just going to go to widgets, just copy this box shadow, copy this, and I'm going to paste it here, save that, and then below this is it. All right, so we're going to have padding here of 20 pixels and then margin 20 pixels. So let's check it out. See here margin and padding. All right, so here we're going to have list item, list title, and I'm going to have here a font size of 20 pixels and then a font width of 500, and then color is going to be 616161, and then below, okay, there's an arrow somewhere. Okay, it's like this. I missed the semicolon here. All right, so this is it, and then here we're going to have a margin bottom of 15 pixels. All right, so I'll go to material UI. I'm going to search for tables. That's this table here. So we're going to click on table, components, and then table, click on it. And we're going to use this basic table here. So click on this web icon, click on this. So just going to copy this. So first let's import this is what we need. We have the data and the row and column, so we're just going to copy this. Don't copy the React because we already have it, and then here we're going to paste that in. Then we have the row and column, so copy the row, and then that's going to be above, paste it. Okay, so just get rid of this, and then for the body we're just going to copy this table container down to table container here, copy this, and then I'm going to paste it here, save. There's going to be an error definitely, because all right, so we're going to make some changes here. So let me get rid of this. I'm going to for the row, I'm just going to import mine. So this is how it's looking like right now. So here I'm going to paste the table that I copied. So this is my own custom table. So we have the ID, the product, image, customers, date, amount, method of transaction, and status. So this is hard coded. So all these our images here, we're referencing them. Okay, so here we're gonna have a class name of table cell. So copy this, and here we're going to paste it here, paste it here. Oops, there's a mistake here. Paste it here, paste it here also. Okay, get rid of this, get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this one also. We don't need this. Okay, so here we're going to have here tracking. This is going to be tracking ID, and then this one is going to be products. Here we're going to have customer. Here we're going to have date, as we're using this. After date we have amount, we have method, and then payment method. It's a payment method, and we have status. So for the this is it here. So just get rid of this and put ID. The key is going to be ID, because when we are using map you have to add in here ID. Get rid of this, and then here we're going to have a class name of table cell, and the name here is going to be ID also. Get rid of this, get rid of this, paste. It's going to be class name of table cell. Get rid of this, paste it. So I'm going to make changes here. So remove this, and then this is going to be product. That's the product here. I have product images. Get rid of this, and it's going to be customer. I'm going to get rid of this one. It's going to be dates, and this is going to be amount. So copy two more. Then this is going to be method. That's this method here, and this is going to be status. All right, so this is our table. It's coming right now. It's taking shape. Okay, so here we are going to insert our images here. So this is going to be table, that's cell wrapper. So we're going to have an image and our product side by side. Let's just pick this one and then move this one up inside, save it, and then in here we're going to say image, and our source is going to be role.img. That's this image over here, and then we're going to pass in here a class name to control it, and then this is going to be image. So if we save it, you can see the images. It's large, and then we are going to control that right now. So this is it. All right, so it's looking okay right now. We just need to style this a bit. All right, so in our list.scss, we're going to say .list, and then here we're going to go for color. Let's say background color, and that's going to be our white smoke, and then color is going to be 616161. Save this. All right, so here we're going to have table cell, and for our table cell I'm going to say background color is going to be white smoke also, and then color is going to be 616161. Save this. Then here we're going to have cell wrapper, and then we're going to do display flex, and then align item center. And here we're going to have our image. Let's control that image. Width is going to be 40, height is going to be 40 pixels. We have border radius. Let's check this out first. This is it. Okay, so we're going to have border radius of 50%, and then margin right, or let's say object fit cover, margin right of 10 pixels. Okay, so let's add a bit of border around the images so that we'll be able to see the cycle there. So here we're going to do border 1 pixel solid 210876. Okay, this is it, showing that it is rounded. So let's change the status color right now. So that we'll have for green, approved, pending is going to be yellow. So here we're going to add here a span, and then inside we're going to have rows the status. Let's bring that in, save it, and then the class name here we're going to add a condition that if there's a status, we're going to use row status. Row status. Okay, so right now we are going to the list.scss quickly. And here we're going to have a status, and then we're going to say padding of 5 pixels, and the border radius here is going to be 5 pixels, and then we're going to pass for approved. You have status and approved. We have the color is going to be green, and then we're going to have background color, and then here we're going to have RGBA 1280.151, and then if it is pending, the color here is going to be goldenrod, and then the background color is going to be 173.18810.29. Let's check that out. Okay, we're not seeing any effect now, so let's pass it in here. This is going to be, there's a mistake here, the $sign. Oops. Save this. What's going on here? Okay, so this here, copy this, and this is going to be outside this. So move it down one step, it's going to be outside the class there, and we are okay. So the status was inside the class as table, so it's not supposed to be inside, it's supposed to be outside. So we're good right now. So let's minimize everything. So we worked on the home page. So the next thing we want to do is to work on the customers page. So we want to take care of this customers page right now. So we're going to leave it here. So in our app.js here, this is it. So click on customers, we're going to get rid of this. And then here we're going to say sidebar. This sidebar, then make sure you import it. Sidebar from /page /component. It's going to be components, sidebar, and then sidebar. So let's check this out so you can see it. Okay, so here we're going to have here a div, and this is going to be customers container, and then here we're going to have navbar. Make sure you import that. Let's check it out in the browser. It should be below, it's here. So here we're going to do this display flex, and then we're going to for width of 100%, and then here we're going to say background color of white smoke, and then color is going to be 616161, and then below we're going to say customers container, and we're going to do flex 6. So let's check it out. Okay, right now it's looking okay. We have the navbar and the sidebar. So let's take care of our customers page, which is going to be a table. So if we go to customers /user, take us to customer. This is what we want to replicate here. So we're going to use the data table from Material UI. Okay, so let's come in here. Okay, let's go to Material UI. Get started, components, table, and then this is what we're going to be using. That's the data table. As this here, you have it exactly the same. So we're going to click on this web icon, and then this is what we're going to be doing. So let's copy the imports first as the data table function. So here we're going to create a data table, and then data table.jsx. This is going to be data table. data table.jsx, and then here it's going to be data able.scSX. So in here we're going to do our RFCE, and then we're going to import our styling. Don't forget to do that. All right, so let's get rid of this. I don't know why it did that. And then here we're going to have a class name of data table, and then all right, so let's go back. We just copy this one here, copy this, copy, and then here we're going to paste it. And then we have the column and the row, so let's copy this first, copy, and then here we're going to paste it, and then copy this, just copy all of these, the column and the row, and I'm going to paste it here above. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to install the grid. So here we're going to do yarn add the art material. Let's get rid of this. Let's just copy this. This is what we're going to install. Copy this, get rid of this, paste it, and then hit enter. So we require that particular library. Okay, so let's get rid of this, and then we have a better method of handling this. Let's get rid of this. Let's X out of this, and let's get rid of this. We don't need it. And we're going to make some changes here. So here we're going to render the data table component in our customers page. So make sure you import it. So here we have columns and row, and this is it here. So we have them here. So but this is coming from Material UI. We want something coming from us. So we are going to generate our own custom table. So I'm going to create a file here in my source, and this is going to be data table source.js. I'm going to paste my user column and then user row. This is my user column. So you're going to have yeah, header name, type, width. This is just custom made, so you can generate yours. And then this is my user row. I have the ID, username, image, email, status, and age. So I'm just showing you guys the table if you want to copy it. Anyways, the code is going to be in the description below, so X out of this. So that's what we're going to be using here. So first and foremost, we're going to import that table here. So we're not going to be using this, so let's just delete these rows and column. And then here we're going to do import user rows, user column first. Doesn't really matter. This is it here. And then user roles. Save that. And then let's quickly, it's been exported, so we're good. This is what we are importing right now. So it's been exported, so we should see it definitely. So yeah, we're going to say const data. We're creating a use state hook here. Use state, make sure you import the use state, and then user role. We're going to pass in the user role here as our value. So in here, we're going to say data, and then here we're going to say user column. Just get rid of this, save it. Okay, nothing is coming up right now, but we'll have it here. So all we need to do is to provide a height. So here we're going to have a class name of data grid, and in here we're going to say data grid. I'm going to have a height of 600 pixels. So you see it here, this is our hard-coded data. And then here we're going to say a padding of 20 pixels. So we want to make it look exactly like this, right? So all these layouts, we're going to make it look like this. So okay, so here we're going to write quickly data table title, and then in here we're going to say add, let's say add new user. So add new user, let's put it in a span. Is add new user, and then here we're going to say add new. That is these two items here. So this is it. And then this is going to be a class name of link. All right, so here we're just going to style the data table title, and we're going to say the width is 100, and then the font size is going to be 24 pixels. And then we're going to have color is going to be our 616161, and then the margin bottom is going to be 10 pixels. Okay, this is good. And then we're going to do display flex. All right, and then align item center, and then justify content space between. So you can see they're spread apart. All right, so now let's take care of the link. Let's start out link. Okay, so here we're going to do a link, and then we're going to say text. No. Let's do color. Let's go green to see it there. Add new, and then we're going to do a font size of 16 pixels, and then font weight is going to be 400, and then border is going to be 1 pixel solid green to see it. So let's give it a padding. We're going to say here padding 5 pixels, and then border radius is going to be 5 pixels. Okay, it's looking more like the completed build. And then let's do cursor pointer. Let's just have that little finger there. All right, so this is looking more like the completed build. We're getting there gradually. So let's take care of this image right now. As this image here, let's do that here. So here is going to be cell with image and then cell image. So let's have the ability to control the image. So above here, we're going to do cell with image, and we're going to do as here, one style this, we're going to do display flex, and then align item center. And then here in cell img, we're going to do a width of 32 pixels, and then the height of 32 pixels. You can see that we're able to control the image. So let's make it rounded. All right, so here we're going to do a border radius of 50%. And then we're going to do object fit cover. So that to be stretchy, we're going to do a margin right of 20 pixels. So that there will be a little space from the text, from the username. And then we're going to do here cursor pointer. So this is looking good. So this is the data table. So this is the completed build. So we're going to make it this way. All right, so here let's change it to 8. That's the page size. So you can see that it has added 8 more, and then it has also add on this pagination here. All right, so we're good. So we're going to add on to it the active. So you could also sort items here. That's the good part about using the data table. It's very, very much responsive. All right, so here let's just do a action column. So what we want to do here is to add on another field. Whenever I want to add another field, we're going to use the render cell. So here we're going to use header name, it's going to be action, and then the weight here is going to be 200, and then we're going to use the render cell function, and then we're going to pass in here params, and then what are we going to return here? I'm just going to do a div with the class name of cell action, and then also a div with the class name of view button, and then we're going to write here view, and then here we're going to change this. This is going to be delete, and we're going to change this and then put delete here. So whenever I want to add on a new cell, this is what you use, action column, and then you use the render cell property. Okay, so here I'm just going to say dot concatenate. We're going to just concatenation function just helps you to join two items together. So you can see it here, the action as the title, and then we have the view and then delete button. All right, so just click on this data grid, and then in here do a border none. Okay, and then here for our cell with status, that is here, we're going to do a padding here of 5 pixels. We're going to do a border radius of 5 pixels, and then for our action we're going to do here background color, and then we're going to say color is going to be green, and then for pending we're going to do a background color, and it's going to be, let's just copy this and change this one is going to be 255 1270 and then 0.05, and then the color will change it to golden rod. That's a little bit of yellow. And here also let's just copied this before, so you can see it's changing already. So here we're going to do a back, let's just paste it, and this is going to be crimson, and then here let's change that to 255.0.0.5. So you can see it has changed the status color, so this is looking nice. So let's take care of the view. So here we're going to take care of cell action, then view and delete button. So here we're going to do cell action, and then we're going to do display flex. Let's do align item center first, and then we're going to do display flex, gap of 15 pixels. Okay, so you can see it, the effect here. And then for the view button, that's below here, view button, we're going to do here a padding of 2 pixels top and bottom, 5 pixels left and right. We're going to do a border radius of 5 pixels, and we're going to do a color dark blue, and then we're going to say border is going to be 1 pixels dotted RGB A00139 0.5 596, and then we're going to do cursor pointer. So you can see the view button is okay. So let's take care of the delete. So for our delete button, we're going to do the same thing, padding of 2 pixels top and bottom, 5 pixels left and right, border radius of 5 pixels, color is going to be crimson, border is going to be 1 pixels dotted, and then we're going to do RGB A2202060 0.6. all right, and then it's okay. So let's add on a cursor. Let's do cursor pointer. All right, so this is taken care of right now. This is done. So in our URL, if we go to our home page, our chart here, I just copy this, and then in our home page, that's in here, just want to add a title. So we just want to add a prop here. So here, paste it here, and then aspect, and that is equal to 2 and 1. So we want to assign a prop here because we're going to use the chart in a single page. So we're going to take in the prop, and then here we have title and aspect, and then here let's just add in here aspect. Right, it's more like we're making it dynamic. So here we're going to do here title. So nothing has changed, we're still good, nothing changed. So to see it, we're assigning a prop here, and then we're taking in the prop. So here let's just use a React fragment because we have so many divs there. So we're good. Let's get rid of this. This is better. All right, let's X out of this, X out of this. We're going to build our single page next, and then let's try and add elements to our single page. So let's change this one to 3. It's going to be smaller, so you can see you can control it here. So this is 2. So so we want to take care of the single page, so that when we click view, it's going to take us to that page. So so let's change this one to 550. Save this. Okay, so you can see the pagination is up, so this is better. 600 takes it down further. So all right, so this is good. You can sort these items, have pagination. Let's refresh. So this is looking nice. Okay, All right, so let's X out of this right now. All right, so this is what we want to take care of right now, the product. So that product. So let's try and take care of the product page. So here, let's add our items in here. So sidebar, make sure we import that. It's not coming. So here we're just going to say import sidebar from here. We're just going to say, oops, this is going to be dot slash components sidebar, then sidebar. All right, so we've imported that component. Okay, so just wait for it. It's going to show up. So this is it. The sidebar is showing up. So let's take care of the nav bar. So here we're going to give a div, the class of product container. Then we're going to render our nav bar. Import, it's not coming. So right, so let's just change this up to nav bar. Change this up to nav bar. Small letters. Change this up to capital nav bar. Let's check it out. It should be below. All right, so here in our product.scss, let's just quickly do product, and then we're going to do display flex. Let's do background color white smoke, and then color is going to be 616161, and then let's do display flex. Okay, so for our product container, we're going to do flex 6. Let's check it out. So we are in order. So what we need to do is to add on here our title and our table. So basically we're going to do what we did before. So here let's do a background color of white smoke, and then color is going to be 616161. So here we're going to have a div with a class of product list, and then we're going to have data table title, and then we're going to say add new product, and then also we're going to say add new. So this is for adding new products to our item. So here quickly we're going to do product list. Let's quickly copy the box shadow, so paste that in. Let's check it out. So you can see the box shadow here for our title, and then here we're going to do data table title. Let's just copy as this here. Let's just copy the whole of this. We've done it before. So for title, just gonna paste that in here. Save that. Okay, this is it. All right, so just add on here a class name of lists as link. Let's say list. Change to link. It's supposed to be link. Okay, so it's showing up. All right, let's create a product table component. So here we're going to create a folder, product table, and then that is this. You just want to replicate this. All right, so here we're going to do product table dot SCSS, and then our component product table dot JSX. Okay, so in here I'm going to do our RFCE, and then we're going to import product table dot SCSS. Okay, so here we just adding a class name product table, and then here we're just going to do product table. So save this, and then we'll go to our product table, and then here we're going to render it below the data table item title. So make sure you import that. So you can see it here, product table. All right, so let's add on components in our product table. So here we're just going to import this. We're basically going to copy and paste what we did previously, and then here we're just going to copy and paste in our hard-coded role, and then here also is going to be our element. So here I'm just going to copy this table cells. That's what we did it before, and then in the home page, so basically doing the same thing, just changing a few things. This time around is going to be product, brand, price, stocks. So it's basically what we did before. There's no difference there. We just have everything as is this. So this is just what we want to replicate. So there's no much difference there. Just have, then here our hard-coded value is going to be here. So we just paste that in. Have our part number, image, products, brand, price, stocks, add to cart. So it's basically the same thing as what we did before. As in our home page. So here we just have an array of objects. Our image is gotten from our assets images folder. So there's nothing much here, just pattern recognition. Product, brand, price, stocks, add to cart. So our table have a table head and then our table body. So our table body here, we're using the map, and remember, mapping through the rows. Whenever we're using a map, we're going to use a key. All right, and our key here is going to be the part number, and then we're rendering our image. That's this image over here. Our product, our brands, price, stocks, and then add to carts here, and that's going to be add to cart. So that's role.add to cart. So remember, this is gotten from material UI component table. That's the default one. So this is it here. So these are our images. So we are going to style this. So in our product table, we're going to do a color of 616161. And then for our table cell, we're going to do a background color of white smoke, and then color is going to be 616161. So it blends in with that of the navbar and then sidebar. And then here, that is our cell wrapper. I'm going to do cell wrapper. We're going to do display flex and align item center. And for our image, and let's control that image. So cell wrapper image, you're going to do a width of 40 pixels, a height of 40 pixels. Let's check it. So you can see the images are being controlled. If we reduce the size of the width and height, we're going to do a border radius of 50%, object feet cover so that it won't be stretchy. So So this is it. It's looking nice. And let's add on here a border of 1 pixel solid, and here's going to be 210678 676 876. And then let's have some space here between the image and our title. So here we're going to do a margin right of 10 pixels. Okay, so there's a little space there. So let's take care of our add to cart. So span, the background is going to be this dark blue 21086, and the color is going to be white. Padding is going to be 5 pixels. Top and bottom 10 pixels, left and right. And then we're going to have cursor pointer. Let's check it. Okay, you can see the add to cart. Okay, so it's looking pretty much the same with the original build. Okay, there's some padding there, margin. So let's have this margin bottom of 10 pixels. Okay, so you see that they are matching. So this is our build. Okay, so let's X out of this. We're good. All right, so let's quickly take a look at what we will be building. Oops, that's not here. View. So this is what we are going to be building. That is a single page. All right, so in single, we're just going to add on our elements here. So let's get rid of this, and then we're going to add in here our top and the bottom, and then in here we just see top, and then it's going to be bottom. All right, so here we're going to have left, and then this is going to be right. So left and right. So this is just what we are basically doing. Left, then the bottom is just going to be our table, which is same as we had in our home page. So this is going to be our info. This is going to be our chat. So let's quickly navigate to single as new single. So you can see the left, right, and bottom. Okay, so let's quickly copy this. Let's have our sidebar first, and then import it. Import sidebar from // component sidebar, and then let's import our navbar. It's going to come from the same folder. Okay, and then here we're going to have a div with the class of single container, and then we're going to render our navbar. Save this, and then here we're going to have I'm going to say single, so you can see it here, and then the navbar, it's somewhere below, that's here. So let's go to our here, and then we're going to do here single display flex, and then the width is going to be 100%, and then for the single container we're going to do here flex 6. Save this, and then let's do a background color here of white smoke, and then color of 616161. So let's view it. All right, this is looking good. That is a single. Okay, so let's make it look like this. That's what we want to do right now. That's our single page. So here we're just going to paste that which we copied earlier on. Okay, so save that, we're good. You can see it left, right, and bottom. So for left, here we're gonna have h1 with the class name of title, and then we're going to say information. This is going to be a class name of edit button, and then we're going to say edit. All right, so and in here we're going to have a div with the class name of item, and then we're going to have an image here, and then it's going to go to our assets person.jpg. All right, it's not showing, so let's go and see what it is. Okay, it's person1. Okay, so this is the image. All right, so here we're gonna add in here a class name of item img. Okay, so let's quickly come down here. That's our top. So div for our edit button, we're going to have here, let's just say that is here. The top is going to be relative. The edit button is going to be absolute. So let's just say top. So for the top, we're going to say display flex. Let's do a padding of 20 pixels, a gap of 20 pixels, and then for left, we're going to do flex 1, and then for right, we're going to do flex, let's say flex 2. Right, so have left and right. Okay, so in left we're gonna have title and edit button. So we're gonna say here padding of 20 pixels, and then for our okay, let's quickly take care of this image item. I'm going to do display flex gap of 20 pixels, and then for item img we're going to do here a width of, let's do 120 pixels, a height of 120 pixels. Okay, so this is good. And then object feed cover, we're going to do here, let's do border radius of 50%. Okay, this is it. I just copy this shadow, box shadow, let's paste it here. Not here, let's paste it here. Save that. Okay, so here below this we are going to install our edit button. So here we are going to say div with the class of edit button, and then we're going to say here top is going to be 15. Let's do position absolute, and then we're going to do top 15 pixels, right is going to be 20 pixels, and then we're going to do a padding of 7 pixels top and bottom, 20 pixels left and right. Okay, and then we're going to do a font size of 16 pixels, and then a font weight of 600, and then color is going to be 7451 F8, and then background color is going to be 7551 F81, and then we're going to have here a border radius of 5 pixels, border radius 5 pixels, and then our cursor is going to be pointer. So let's check this out real quick. Oops, it's not coming. Alright, so here we're going to do a position relative. I think that's the problem. There needs to be a parent div. So here we have our edit button, all good. Okay, so below this we're going to have our detail. For our detail, we're going to have h1 with the class name of item title, and then we're just going to do Olivia White, and then below this we're going to have a div with the class name of detail. Let's just say span detail item. Then we're going to have item key, email, and then also another span with item value, and then this is going to be olivia@gmail.com. So we're going to style this, but we need this couple more, so let's highlight it and copy them more. So here we're going to have phone, and then we're going to say 4123234445, and then for this we're going to have address, and then this is going to be Melwood Street 24 Liverpool, and then this is going to be country, and then this is going to be UK, say United Kingdom. All right, so this is it. All right, let's go back, and then we're going to style this in our single.scss. So this is going to be here. So for the detail, we're going to have item, margin bottom 10 pixels, have color of 616161. Let's check it. All right, so here we're going to have detail item, and then we're going to do margin bottom of 10 pixels, and then font size of 14 pixels. Let's check it out. Okay, so it's taking shape. So here, this is what we want to target. Let's shift this one above. It's supposed to be in the item div. Okay, let's shift this one up a bit. Save that. Okay, now it's good. It's better right now. Okay, but there's something missing here. Div. So below here we're going to do title, font size of 20 pixels, margin bottom of 20 pixels. Check it out. And then let's do a color of gray. Okay, Okay, so here we're going to do item value, item key, font weight of bold, and then color is going to be 616161, and the margin right is going to be 5 pixels. And here we're going to have item value, and then we're just going to have a font weight of 300. Okay, this is looking good. This is 700. Sticker, let's do 600 or 300. All right, I think this is good. And here let's make it let's just change it to 700. Let's change this one to 800. Oh, it's not responding. Okay, this is supposed to be key, small letter. Let's say bold again. All right, so we're good. We didn't actually get the class name. Okay, but there's still some difference. This one is supposed to be larger, as 2 units, but now it's equal. There's a problem somewhere. Let's see. Okay, our right. So in our right, we're gonna say chart. Make sure we import that. Import chart from // component chart. Save that. Let's take a look at it. Okay. And then let's have here our aspects, and then we're going to have here 3 and 1. Okay, so it's looking small. Okay. And then we're going to have our props there of title, so we have it on top. So this is let's make it 2. It's going to be bigger, so but we're going to make it 3. And so let's change here to right. I think there was a mistake here, so let's change that to right. That was probably the problem. Okay, right now we're good. So this is how. So the problem was the div we had there was left, supposed to be left and right. So we're good right now. So let's style this one up real quick. So we'll have h1 with the class name of title, and then here we're going to say last transaction. That is here. So we're going to have a table below. So we're just quickly going to render the customers component. Make sure you import that. Import component customers from // component customer. Oops. This is going to be list. It's going to be list component lists. So let's change this one to, it's going to be list component. So let's check it. Okay, so we're good. So this is it. Okay, so we just need some margin. So here we're going to say for bottom, we're going to need this box shadow. So let's copy this and the padding, and then paste it here. And then here we're just going to have a margin of 10 pixels and 20 pixels left and right. So this is good. Alright, so we're basically done with the single page. So this is our edit, this is the chart for user spending for the last 6 months. So it's looking exactly the same almost. So let's take care of let's take care of the new, as the ability to add a new user or a new product. So that's going to be the new page. So this is what we want to target right now. This is what we want to build, this form. So let's go here to users ID and new. So this is our page, the new page. So whatever ID you put in there, still going to have this page. So all right, so let's get this page up and running. So here we're just going to have, as usual, our sidebar component. Make sure you import that. Import sidebar from // component sidebar and sidebar. Okay, and then let's check that. Okay, so we have it just like what we did in the single page. So here we're going to have a div with a class of new container, and then here we're going to render a navbar component. Make sure you I don't know where it's coming, so I just have to type it manually, navbar, and then we're just going to say here new, let's say new page. So let's check this out. So this is it. All right, so let's go to our CSS, and then we're going to say width, and it's going to be 100%, width 100%, and then display flex. And then for the new container, we're just going to say flex 6. Wait for it. So you're good. So we need to make this white smoke. So but before that, let's get rid of this, and then we're just going to have our top and then bottom. So there's going to be bottom, there's going to be top. So in here we're going to have a h1, and then we're just going to say add new user. So let's check it out. This is it. And then in bottom here, we're just going to have left and right. So for, and then right, let's save this, check it out. As the top, and then this is going to be the bottom, is going to be our form. Going to be our form. So for bottom, I'm going to have left and right, image and the form. So that's that you've seen here. All right, so here for the top and bottom, we're just going to add that box shadow. So let's look for it in list. It's not here, should be in sidebar. Let's go for widget, it should be in widget. So let's copy this. Copy this and then paste it here, save that, change this to 5. Let's check it out. So we have the shadow. So here we're going to have a margin of 20 pixels. and then we're going to do display flex. Okay, all right, so here we're going to do a padding, let's say 5 pixels, not that much. Shift this a bit, and then for the H1 we're going to do a color of 616161, and then font size is going to be 20 pixels. Okay, so now I want to take care of the left. So the left here, we're going to have an image, and then this here is going to be assets, and then we're going to have profile. Oh, the profile. No, we don't want this. It's going to be now assets. That is, let's go to person and default profile. So this is going to be person and default profile. Save this. Okay, now this is what we want, and then this is going to be the class name of it's going to be image. So here I'm going to have left, and I'm going to do flex 1, and then for right I'm going to have flex 2. Okay, so the right side is bigger, left side is smaller in unit, and then for the left I'm going to do here center. For the image I'm going to have a width of 150 pixels, a height of 150 pixels. Okay, it's smaller, let's make it rounded, and I'm going to do a border radius of 50%, and object fit is going to be cover, and then all right, so let's do a transform of translate 100 pixels. Okay, so it's here. So in our right, we're going to have a form. There's no action, and then here we're going to have a div with a class name of form input, and then we're going to have HTML. Let's say have label HTML for, and it's going to be file, and then here we're just going to add an image with a material UI drive folder upload outline icon. It's here, so let's choose this. It's imported. Okay, and then we're going to have a class name of icon. Let's get rid of this. So below this we're going to have an input with a type of file, and then ID is going to be file name. Let's get rid of it. Okay, so here we're also going to have another form input div, and then we're going to say as this here. We're going to have a label, and then this is going to be username, and then for the input the type of text. Oops, that's a mistake. Type of text, and this is going to be a name placeholder. Okay, this is name, so going to be Smith row as our placeholder. So copy this some more down. So I've done all of it, so I don't want to waste some time. So you can get the code in the description below. So I just want to focus on the styling. So here we have our image in the left, the right hand side we're going to have our form. So this is the form here. We're basically having our upload folder, and then we're using the type of file. Here we have our username, and then here we have our surname. Here we have our email, we have our phone number, our password, our address, and our country here. All these are a type of text. So, and I'll have a submit button with the type of submit. Okay, so below the right, we're basically going to be focusing on the form. That's the form here, and then we're going to do display flex, and then flex wrap. Flex, that's here. So flex. Okay, so for flex wrap, and it's going to be wrap. Okay, so here we're going to do a gap of 30 pixels. All right, so we have that gap, 30 pixels. And then we're going to say here justify content space around. And then for our form input, and we're going to say here a width of 40%. Okay, so we have a width of 40%. Okay, so here we're going to say our label. We're going to do display flex, and then we're going to do align item center, and then we're going to have a gap of 10 pixels. Let's check it out and see what we have. Okay, and then for our icon, we're going to do a cursor pointer. This little icon here. Okay, so after the label, we're going to have our input, and then we're going to say a width of 100%, and then as the input 100%, and then we're going to do the padding of 5 pixels, and then we're going to have here a border none. So let's view it. Oops. All right, so here let's go for okay, let's remove this. So that's why it's not coming. Okay, so it's okay right now. We added a dot at the beginning, so you don't have to have a dot there for input, for the input tag. So here we're going to do a border bottom, and it's going to be 1 pixel solid gray, and then we're going to do a font size of 18 pixels, and then outline is going to be none. Okay, it's looking nice. And then here we're going to have a background of transparent. All right, so next up, we're good. For our placeholder, let's just reduce the size a little bit and make it 12 pixels. Okay, so just reduce our placeholder. And let's just make it 14. All right, so below the input and below the form, we're going to have a button with a width of 150 pixels. Okay, so it's down, and then we're going to do a padding here of 10 pixels, and then we're going to do a border none. Then we're going to do a background color of 210876. That publish color, let's check it out. So this, let's take care of the color. So let's have a color of white, and then we're going to do a font weight of bold, and then let's do cursor pointer. Okay, so it's good. Let's just have a little space margin below, so let's say margin top of 10 pixels. Save that. Okay, so let's do for bottom, change it to bottom, 10 pixels top and bottom, 0 pixels left and right. So we're good here, so everything is working. X this out. So we're good with our new page where we add new products and then new users. So this is fantastic. So let's take care of this right now. Let's remove it. So we're going to do an install in here. So here we're just going to do style, and then we're going to do display none. Save that. It gets rid of this choose file. So it's out right now. So this is looking good. So when we click on this, we can add. So we want to have the abilities that when we click on that, we're going to add the photo to our image. So let's take care of the tops. Like the top is not looking all that good. Okay, so right now let's create form data. We don't want to do this, so we want to do it in a better way. We want to make it dynamic so that if we're in the product page, it's going to display product form, and if we're in our users page, it's going to display our users form. So here we are using a hard-coded, we're creating a new form, that's form data, and then we're having all these inputs here. So we have the product input, and then so we want a situation whereby if we're in the product page, we have the ability to go to the product input. So and then we have this. So we want to basically have the ability to change the inputs based on the page rendered. So that's what we're doing here. So this is our product, and then where we are adding our users, when we're in the users page, we want to have the ability to render this user input. So that's what we are doing here. So that's, we created the form. So here in our app.js, we're going to add here as a prop in our new. So we have inputs, and then this input is going to be user input. Okay, and then as for the title, this here is going to be add new user. That's for users. We want to import our form data. That is import user input from, and then also product column. Get rid of this. This product input, and this is going to come from our /form data. Oops, it's going to be form data. Okay, that's this right here. And then when we go to our products new page, just want to have the ability to render the product input, and then here we're going to say add new products. Save that. Okay, so this is our product input here. Having our error here. What's happening? This is okay. Okay, in our form data, I think we are exporting it. There's a problem somewhere. Let's go to products and then new. Okay, it's not working right now. This is supposed to be products, and we're supposed to have the input here. Okay, I'm going to pass it in here as a prop. So this is going to be input and title, and then get rid of this. This is going to be title. Let's check it. All right, so we have new products. So let's take care of our inputs here. So if we change this to users, enter, it's displaying add new user. So it's actually working. So this is for user, and if it's for product, add new product. So let's change this inputs here. So below, is our user input. So we're going to delete, we're going to leave behind only one. I'm going to delete the rest. Oops, there's a mistake here. Copy this form input from email. Let's copy this down here, delete, save. Okay, so here we're just going to have a logic and inputs.map. We're using the map to map through the inputs. So for each input, we're just going to render this div here. Just take this above, save that. Okay, and then here we're going to have a key. For every map function, you're going to have a key, and our key is going to be input.id. That's this IDs here, ID1, ID2. And then also here, we're going to have here as input.label. And then to get rid of this is going to be input.type. And then here we're going to have input.id. And then here we're going to have input.placeholder. Okay, this is good. All these are these properties here. So we're going to have a name also. So this is going to be input.name. Save this. Okay, it's okay, it's not complaining. So we have our form, and we're mapping through our form. So right now you can see here for our products, we have the product form displayed, and then for our users, as we have the new user and you have the users form displayed. So this is actually working right now. So let's have the ability that when we choose an image, as we want it to display over here. So it's not that difficult. When we choose an image, let's choose this one, we want it to show up here. So that's what we want to do right now. That's when we choose, we want it to show up here as a preview before we decide to post it. So here we're going to use a use state. So we're going to say const file, set file, and then we're going to say use state hook. Make sure we import that. And then at the beginning is going to be null, so it's going to be displaying no image at the beginning. So let's go down below, and then in our source, in our image, let's come in here and use the onChange method here, and then onChange, so pass an event, and we're going to set file, and this is going to be e. We're going to have here e. See. Here it's going to be e.target.files, and then we're going to get the first one. So if you want to get one file, you pass in here 0. Okay, so and then in here, in our image, in our source, we're going to have a logic there that if there's a file, we're going to render this, and then we're going to have url.create object URL, and we're going to pass file here as the argument. Otherwise, we're going to render the hard-coded value, and that's basically it. So here we're creating a use state hook, and then here we're having a function on change method, and then we're having a logic here. If there's a file, use the URL create object, otherwise passing the hard-coded. So let's view it quickly. Refresh. So if we click on this and then select this lady, you see it here. So here, if we go to the product link, if we click on this, we will select these products. So everything is basically working right now. So this is good. Okay, so let's X out of this and out of this. So let's refresh this. It's gone. Go back to our home page. Our home page is working. So let's have the ability to navigate through our pages. We don't want to be going through the URL and typing it. So let's just close this up. Okay, so let's quickly head on to our sidebar, and we want to be able to click on this list items and navigate to our pages. So we're going to be using the link, not this capital L. Supposed to be capital L. Yes, this link. So the link, this is the link. We're not going to be using the HTML anchor tag, so we're going to be using this, and this is coming from React Router DOM. So make sure you import that quickly, and then here let's just navigate to. So where are we navigating to? Our home page. So when we click on this logo, we're going to navigate to our home page. So let's test that out real quick. So there's a underline there, so we could remove the underline by saying style text decoration, and it's going to be none. So save that, and now there's no underline again. So if we navigate through let's say users, these are users, and we'll click here, you see it takes us to our home page. So this is done. So let's take care of the users product. So let's come down here. So this is our list. So here we're going to add on the link tag, and then let's just copy this, send it at the top. So you use Alt and arrow key. So here we're linking to, and then this is going to users. Let's check it first. In our app.js, we're able to see the link. So this is to users. Save that. And then remember, there's an underline. So let's get rid of this underline. You can see that it's working. If you click on it, it's going to our users. So normally, well, basically, this is going to be text decoration none. So you see the underline here disappears. So when we click it, it takes us to our users, list of users. So also for products, we're also going to add the link tag, and we're just going to copy this and put it inside. And here we're linking to products. You don't have to give a space there. So this is products. And as usual, we're just going to get rid of the underline. So we're going to do an in style. So this is text decoration none. Save that. So let's test it. Click on this. It takes us to our product page, and everything is just working. So click on the this product page. So click on this. It takes us to our home page. So let's take care of the rest. So I think basically we're done with this. So let's X out of this. So in our data table, we want to have the ability to click on add new, and also view. Let's have it here. Drag this inside, save. So this is going to link to our single page. Make sure you import the link tag from React Router DOM. So this is going to go to users, user ID. That's our single page. And then for add new, we want to have the ability to go to our form, take this inside, and then the link, this is going to be to users/user ID /new. You can basically write anything in there because it's dynamic. So for style, we're just going to do text decoration none, otherwise there's going to be underline. Save that, and then we're going to do the same for, let's paste it here, save it. So let's test it out and see. Okay, we're in users, we'll click on this, takes us to our form. We'll click on view, it takes us to a single page. So it's working. We're able to navigate through our pages, and then we're using the React router DOM for this, which we installed earlier when we were at the app.js. So we're using this link tag to basically do it. So let's repeat the same thing here. Link, make sure you import link. Make sure you import this coming from React router DOM. You can see it at the top. And then we're linking to, oops, it's going to be /products/product ID/new. Save that. Okay, let's view this. So in our products, you see there's an underline there, so we're going to get rid of that. And then here we're going to just paste this here, save. So when we click on this, it takes us to our product form. So everything just works. So in our products, we'll click on add new product. So everything, this takes us to our home page. All right, so we're going to have the ability to delete. So we're going to use the filter function here, JavaScript function. So we're going to say on click, and then here we're going to say handle delete. So basically we want to have the ability to delete users or products. So here we're going to create that function. So it's const handle delete. So and this is going to take an ID as a param. And then we're going to say set data.filter. So what are we filtering? For each item, we're going to say item for each item. And if the item ID is not equal to ID, let's remove this. So we are filtering based on if the ID there is present or not. So that's what we're doing. So save this. So if we click here, you can see that it's filtering, it's going out. So, but when we refresh, it comes back. So we're not actually deleting it completely, but when we attach this and link this to our database, we'll be able to delete it using probably FIREBASE also. So we're basically done with this. That was a quick one. Okay, so next thing we want to do is to have the ability to change the mode from light to dark mode. So we want to have the ability to change this mode. You see, we are navigating through our pages here. This is the completed build. So we want to be able to have this functionality in the page we're building. All right, so we're going to create a new folder, and then this is going to be style, and in here we're going to have dark.scss. So this is probably where we're going to be having our styling for the dark mode. So come in here and we're going to render dark. So I'm basically adding a new class there, and let's import the style dark.scss. All right, so when we go to here, we're going to say a class of dark app and also dark, and then we'll do a background color of 111 and a color of RGBA 156 156 156. Save that. So go to our build. Okay, it's not showing up right now. All right, so it doesn't matter, we're going to get it. All right, so here we're going to do for navbar, and the background color is going to be 111. Save. Let's check it. Okay, you see the navbar changed. So it means that we're basically going to take care of the whole component. So the color here is going to be RGB. Okay, probably let's use 99999 is okay. So border color, and this is going to be 333. Let's take care of this search. So for the search, we're going to say border bottom, let's say border color, and then this is going to be 616161, and then for input color is going to be 999. All right, so this is good. Okay, so we're done with the navbar, so we're going to go to the sidebar. So for our sidebar, we're going to do background color is going to be 111, and then the color is going to be, well, let's do border color. Border color is going to be 111. And 333. For our top, we're going to do a logo. I'm going to change the color to be 999. You see, it changed. And then for the UL, LI, and on hover, we're changing the color to 333. So this is nice. So let's change the icon, and then the color is going to be 999. Okay, so this is good. See, it's looking good. Okay, so let's go to our let's say home, and then we're going to have a background color of 111. As this is what we're targeting right now. Okay, so here our color, and it's going to be 999. So for our home container, we're going to have probably the same thing. So let's copy this and paste it here. All right, so this is it. Okay, so we're good. And then here, let's quickly okay, so next up is the lists, and probably we're copying down this, so we want to change this color. Okay, so it's not coming. And then let's target other class name. So we're going to go for table cell, let's paste it. Okay, so it's now working. So this is good. And then for span, I just paste this and change this color. And then we're going to add here a border of 1 pixels dotted. Let's use dashed, and then this is going to be let's say 999. Okay, so you're going to know that it's a button. However you want to do it, you can do it basically. So this is just based on preference. So under the list, we're going to go for single and then paste background color and color. Okay, so it's only the one below. Okay, so it's working. So let's take care of this one. And for our products container, let's paste this. Okay, so the background there changed. Let's take care of this table, and then here we're gonna have new. Let's change. Let's go to new, so everything is working. Okay, is the table now we will need to work on. But let me take care of the button. So this is going to be data table. So for those tables there, let's paste this. Okay, so we have it here. And then for the data grid, color is going to be gray, border is going to be none, and then for here the view button and delete button, just want to change those colors too. Color is going to be gray, and then border 1 pixels dashed 999. So basically we want to change these ones here. All right, so this here we need to work on this. So here I'm also going to add for product list, and then let's do a background color of 111, and then color here it will be 999. Okay. All right, so we need to target more elements inside. So for our product, we're going to do, let's put it inside our product, and then let's do background color of 111. Okay, this product container. Okay, so that's worked. So the table, we want to get through to the table. So let's add in here table cell, and then background color of 111. Color here is going to be 999. Okay, so it's good right now. Let's take care of this add to cart button. So when we type here, we're not able to see it, so we're going to take care of that as well. So in our new.scss, okay, background is transparent there. Okay, we're good there, so we don't have a problem. So here we're going to have input, and background color is going to be 111, and then color is going to be, let's use this 999. So when we type, we're able to see it, so we're good. And then let's change the button. So here our button background color is going to be 999, and then the color is going to be 111. So we're changing this. Okay, what's going on? It's not coming. Okay, it's going to be inside. Let's put it outside. Get this one. Let's have it right. Form, and then form input, and then input colors is 999, and then here our button is going to be 999. All right, so it wants me specifically to target the div, so that's why it didn't work. So let's change the color here to 111. All right, it's good. All right, so let's have the ability to change that, and then we're going to be using the context API. So we're going to create a folder here, context, and in here we're going to create two files. First one is going to be let's create dark mode context.js. The extension there is JS, and then here we have dark mode reducer.js. So let's take care of our dark mode reducer first. Here I'm going to say dark mode reducer, and then we're going to have our state and action, and then we're going to use the switch case. Here we're going to say switch, and this is going to be action type, and then case for the first case. And we're just going to have only one case here, so let's do the default here, return state. And then for our case here, it's going to be toggle case toggle. So when we toggle the switch, we basically want to change the dark mode. Let's return the dark mode. If it's white, it's going to be dark. If it's dark, it's going to be white. That's why we're using the exclamation mark there. And then here we're going to do export default dark mode reducer. So this is basically very simple. We are basically having state and action, and then toggling using this exclamation mark to toggle our dark mode from white to dark and dark to white. So in our context, let's quickly create context. So this is dark mode context, and then we're going to use the create. We're going to import this create context from React, and then we're going to pass in here our initial state. So let's create that initial state immediately. So const initial state, and then this is going to be dark mode, and then it's going to be false. So at the beginning we just want it to be false. So here we're going to create our context provider, dark mode context provider, and then here we're going to pass in our children. Our children here is going to be our pages and component, and then here we're going to return, let's say return so we're returning our dark mode context provider, and then here our children, passing here our children. So we're wrapping around our children with this, and then as so for here we're going to use const state and dispatch. We're using the user reducer, and then we are passing in our dark mode reducer. Make sure you import the user reducer and dark mode reducer, and then we're going to have our initial state. Okay, so these are our dark mode reducer, which we are importing, and then here as a value we're going to have dark mode, and then this is going to be state.dark mode, and then we're going to have a dispatch function ability. The dispatch function gives us the ability to change it from dark to white, and then the dark mode state presents the current state that it is right now. So it means that these two are going to be available to us in every pages and in every component. So here we're basically going to do as in our app. Let's quickly wrap this around our app. So this is dark mode, that's in our index.js. So this is dark mode context provider. I'm going to push our app inside of it and save. Make sure you import this if it's not coming. Okay, so we're going to do import dark mode context provider, and this is coming from context dark mode context. Save that. There's an error here. It's not defined. What do you mean it's not defined? Okay, we didn't export this, so I'm going to write here export, and then we're going to export our dark mode context. Save this. export dark mode context provider. Okay, all right, we're good. Okay, so this is good. So here we're going to use the use context hook. So const dark mode. So we're not going to be using the dispatch function here. So import the use context, and then here we're going to pass in here our dark mode context. Make sure you import that also. So this is how we are using it. And then here we're just going to write a logic that if there's a dark mode, all we want to do is to render app and dark. Otherwise, we're just going to have our app class. So if there's a dark mode, we are using the class app and dark. Otherwise, we're basically going to use our app. So here in our navbar, let's quickly go to the switch. Where is it? Somewhere here, our switch. All right, this is it here. So here we're just going to wrap this around. But first, let's come in here and say on click. So if we click on this, here we're going to use our dispatch, and then the type here is going to be toggle. And then here we're going to use our context const dispatch, and this is coming from use context. And what context is it? Dark mode context. So make sure you import the use context and import dark mode context. Save this, and we're good. Okay, so right now let's test it. If you click on this, you can see it's dark mode. So everything is working. Click on this, you can upload new product and send. Click on this for our user. So it's working. So we can delete. Say our latest transaction. We can change it to light mode. So guys, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Give this channel a thumbs up. Thank you.